Watch it!
I'm so sorry, Rachel.
You know there are easier ways to kill me if you're actually worried that I'll rat you out for your LSAT cheating.
Okay, let me get you into one.
Does that actually mean that you're gonna buy it or steal it?
Hey, I don't steal, I cheat. That's a very different thing, and I don't do that anymore.
That is such a great defense. I know I murdered that woman, Your Honor, but I promise I won't do it anymore.
Me and a murderer, huh? Exactly the same thing. You must have aced your analogy section at the SATs. Wait a second, you don't take tests.
I was using hyperbole to make a point. Like, for example, if I were to say that you are a complete asshole, I'm just trying to illustrate the point that you are a complete asshole.
Okay. Listen, Rachel, I think that you're mad, but I think that your reaction might be a little unfair.
Not fair? You know what's not fair? That you have repeatedly helped people skirt the system that stands in my way of becoming a lawyer.
Okay. You better cut this same act, because you would never know that I was cheating if you weren't about to cheat yourself.
Thinking about cheating and actually cheating is not the same thing, analogy man. And we both know why you helped me in the first place to study. Because you were actually worried that I'll turn you in.
Do you really think I'm that manipulative?
I don't know what you are.
Not bad, Harvey. The Prague Hotel in black in less than 3 years and a successful IPO. Who says passion wasn't productive?
I don't believe anyone's ever said that. Tell me something, Jones. You have 30 different hotels in 12 different countries. Yet you spent last weekend at Daniel Vega's Lisbon resort.
Sniffing out the competition.
That was more than a fact-finding mission. You're thinking merger.
You honestly believe I will do that without telling you?
I know you would.
Then perhaps I did.
Jones, you don't own a majority interest anymore. If you pursue a merger, you may not control the business that you built so passionately.
Okay, Sherlock, hear me out. Combined, we are 100 hotels in 23 countries. I like to have multiple homes.
Yes, but you don't need another name on the mortgage.
It's a good deal.
And it's my job to get you an even better one. Just promise me you didn't do a handshake deal.
What can I say? I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Donna set up a meeting with Daniel Vega's lawyer yesterday. Donna? Donna? Where the hell's Donna?
Kyle Durant. Our first lawyer for the mock trial tournament.
Are we sacrificing a goat?
More like a first year.
This moment can make or break your career.
We are looking to see how you do under pressure. The partners can be instructed to only use the associates in emergency situations.
When your name is called, step up and meet your match.
I think you mean my bitch, Louis.
You play witnesses?
I don't play anything. I am body. And if I'm on your team, you win.
So?
No.
Next victim, Mike Russ. Mike Russ. Kyle for the plaintiff, Russ for the defendant. May the best man win. Nice Willie.
I need an assessment of Vegas hotels. I want you to check property values, annual earnings. There should be writing.
Mock trial tournament. This guy. Off limits. Yeah, I'll get on.
I don't give advice.
Please, Sensei, I'm out of my league with this whole mock trial thing.
Listen. Don't go to trial.
It's a mock trial. I'm pretty sure that trial is a prerequisite.
Create a situation where potential for failure isn't a possibility. Kobayashi Maru.
You're a Trekkie.
Hey, Captain Kirk's the man, and I don't want to hear another word about it.
Hey, can we talk?
If you're here for the witness exhibit exchange, don't even bother. I already know who you're going to call up and what evidence you're going to use.
I'm not going to call up any witnesses or present any evidence.
It's a make-believe trial, Ross. Doesn't mean it can all happen in your head.
Let's settle.
Or I could beat you.
In the real world, the end result of a wrongful termination will be settlement.
In my real world, the end result is me beating you.
Plaintiff shows patterns of making derogatory statements about my client.
Hearsay.
Not in emails.
Which have no tone of voice and are subject to interpretation.
Which is exactly why your argument is shaky at best.
Why do you feel like this is some sort of trick?
This isn't a trick. This is a way for us to stand out. If we settle, we're out of there in 5 minutes. I give your client 3 months severance, you drop the suit, and you and me can spend the next week making ourselves indispensable to the partners, while everybody else buries their head in Candyland court.
I'm gonna go against my better judgment and trust you.
So we have a deal?
Daniel, the paperwork looks good despite the fact that you two went lawyer commando, but the devil's always in the details.
Harvey, I know impulse purchases doesn't exist in your world, but timing is right.
And as for the details, I like to leave that up to my man Scott.
Does he always like to be late?
She is just off a flame from London. Here's Ms. Dana Scott.
Scotty.
Harvey?
You two know each other?
Yes, we went to Harvard Law together. Harvey was number 5 in the class, and I was, I forget, what was it?
Married to the library.
That's right, number 1.
Yeah, number 1 at studying. But what was my record against you in the real world where we practice real law?
Harvey, there should be no winners or losers in a merger. Just a happy new couple.
That's right. 3-0.
Well, I say we let these two talk deal points while I try your hotel's famous sea bass.
Play nice. Remember, we like each other, even if you two don't.
Let's go and have something to eat.
Can't remember the last time we had a bed. Pretty convenient, we're working on a hotel merger.
Remember the mining deal?
Shaft 27. Now listen, about the due diligence, all right?
Hey, Harvey. We said no case negotiations until we are done.
That might be a while.
Counsel, are you ready to proceed with opening statements?
We'd like
The
to submit a
plaintiff is ready for
settlement
trial,
agreement,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
Which is it, Counselor?
Counsel for the plaintiff and I agreed to settlement yesterday.
Is this true?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He must be mistaken. We had discussions, but I never agreed to any.
You're a liar. He's a liar, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor. My character isn't on trial here.
Sustained. Do you have a signed agreement?
No.
Then I think we are ready to proceed. You have the floor.
On March 31st, 2010, Sidney Thompson was unwittingly recorded on a cell phone.
Your Honor, excuse me. According to Bowmaster v. Whitley, if a party to a settlement is surprised by the repudiation of a settlement, the court must give reasonable time to prepare for trial.
Reasonable time.
Yes, Your Honor.
You get 5 minutes.
Vega has more property.
DeBeck has more potential.
Yes, but that's harder to monetarily define.
So what?
So your guy might wake up tomorrow and decide he doesn't want to do this. And I'm not going to give you access to our private books without a signed deal.
Is that a joke?
Am I laughing?
It's a merger, Scotty. I may not have been awake during our M&A clinic.
Well,
but
except when you were copying my notes.
Which is no day in the park. You write like a monkey. But in any case, due diligence is a requirement.
I have an obligation to my clients.
Then we don't have a deal. And everyone's going to know it's because you killed it.
Well, I don't see you rushing to show us your private books.
I have nothing to hide. You can have full access to our books right now.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours. Don't say it, Harvey.
Are you okay?
Do you really care?
Mr. Ross, I'm going to have to ask you not to speak to my client.
I'm not speaking to your client, Kyle. I'm speaking to Rachel, the paralegal, and I only have 5 minutes, so get out of my face.
What's your problem, Mike?
My problem is that you didn't have the balls to make this a fair fight.
Lawyering isn't about fighting fair, and you better watch the accusations or I have to sue you for defamation.
Are we ready?
Ready, Your Honor. The defense wishes to countersue.
On what grounds?
I believe that's my line, Counselor.
Defamation of character. Plaintiff's video negatively impacted the perception of Lena Lunders and impaired her financial well-being. She deserves to be compensated.
That's ridiculous, Your Honor. For there to be defamation, the statements in the case must be false, and that's not the case here.
Then you shouldn't have a problem proving that in court.
Your Honor, the defense should have filed for a counterclaim before the trial.
Yes, he should have. But no one in this group of associates had the foresight to do so. And we drafted a whole addendum just because we assumed someone would. And I'm going to allow it. Do you have a problem with that?
No, Your Honor.
Approach the bench. This is a defamation trial now. You have until Friday to prepare. Nice recovery. Thinking on your feet. But you wouldn't have had to if you weren't so naive. Not every judge is going to be as accommodating as I just was.
Hey Donna, I proofed the final agreement on the hotel merger. Quick question, has Harvey ever heard a spell check? What? Oh, no. Don't cry. It's okay. It's okay.
Not bad, right? I can also do a Demi Moore single tear if that's better for the character.
I don't understand.
If I'm going to play Lena Lunders for you, I want to be able to have access to all my emotions.
I love you.
I know. Hey, focus. You still need another witness. Everyone else in the firm's already taken up by now.
Can't believe I'm gonna lose to that douche Kyle.
Hey, no pity parties. For the other witness, just go to an outside source. For the best friend, you need someone pretty, sympathetic, and most importantly, willing to go above and beyond for you.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please note that—
Can I ask a question?
No, witnesses can't ask questions.
Yes, thank you, I know, but what are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're talking as if you have a giant stick up your ass.
It's trial, it has to be powerful.
But that's not you.
Thanks.
No, you're charming, funny, and trustworthy. That's your power.
That might work trying to con my way into an LSAT, but it's useless in a courtroom.
But it's still you.
So?
Just take a deep breath. Talk to me. Ask me where I work.
Where do you work?
Lunders Global Initiative. Ask me, how do I know Sydney?
How do you know Sydney?
She was my friend. And I miss her every day that she's been gone.
Why aren't you friends anymore?
I don't know. You do it like that? They'll fall in love with you.
They remind me of a young, less attractive, you and me.
Don't say things like that. And I know you rigged the lottery so Kyle would get Mike.
Rigged, expedited. They're all just words. Don't you want to see what your boy's made of?
You talking bet?
Yes.
The usual amount?
I believe we have a wager.
How you feeling?
Good?
Good. Hey, if you get in any trouble, don't play the case. Play the man.
What do you mean?
Good lawyers worry about the facts. Great lawyers worry about their opponents. Kyle's devious and cocky. Find out a way to use it against him.
Anything else?
Kick his ass.
Sydney Thompson was at a party and made a joke. It wasn't meant to be mean or to be taken as fact. And it certainly wasn't meant to go public. The defense will show
that when a disgruntled employee takes out her frustrations on her boss with the explicit intent to damage, that's crossing the line. And there's nothing funny about that. Do you need a moment, Miss Lunders?
No, I can continue. I'm a self-made woman. I created a global initiative to target problems in the third world. If a joke can be made out of that, fine. But as a woman in power, people look at your success and they label you. They don't know the complexities it takes for a woman to succeed in this business. And when someone undermines that, we have to fight for ourselves. Don't we, Your Honor?
objection. It's hard for a woman in business. That has nothing to do with the facts of this case.
We can only understand the damage your client did when we understand the care with which Miss Lunders built her reputation.
You're just trying to bias the judge.
Could you like to rephrase?
I'd like to retract.
How do you know the plaintiff, Sydney Thompson?
I'm sorry, can you ask the question one more time?
Sure. But before I do, I need you to do something for me.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. It's just you and me. We're gonna have a conversation about your job, okay?
Yes, okay.
How do you know Sydney Thompson?
We were co-workers. We started at the same level, then I was promoted to be her immediate superior.
And do you know about the video in question?
Yes, I was at the party.
What were you all celebrating?
My promotion?
Same night? Interesting. What'd you think about her impersonation?
It was too far. It was mean.
Why do you think she did it?
Miss Landers promoted me and Sydney hated it. That's why she made the video.
Thank you, Miss Janess. No further questions, Your Honor.
Did Sydney ever tell you she hated your promotion?
Not exactly.
Yes or no, please.
No.
Then how do you know that she hated you got promoted?
I could just tell
Can you tell what I'm thinking right now?
that you were wishing that I agreed with everything you say.
No. I was thinking that if you could read my mind, then there would be no reason for me to even ask you questions. But you can't read my mind, can you?
No, I'm a managing director, not a magician.
Then I'm pretty sure you couldn't read Sydney's mind and you have no idea why she made that video. Is that correct? Miss Thompson, what was the intent of the impersonation?
I was trying to be funny. Everyone in our office makes jokes. In fact, Miss Launders encourages us to be informal.
Objection. Hearsay.
Sustained.
But you were passed over for a promotion.
I expected it. Listen, people have the impulse to move up, but sometimes you need to let it go. That's what I did. I have never held any ill will towards my boss. In fact, I respect her.
It's close. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna play the woman. Not the case. You say you expected to be passed over for a promotion?
Yes,
And yet, you applied 3 times.
yes.
And you were never promoted?
As I said, yes.
When Nora Janess was promoted, you sent a scathing email to all your coworkers in
Not
response.
scathing. The intent was to be funny.
Man, you love to be funny.
Who doesn't like to laugh?
Maybe somebody whose reputation was permanently damaged.
Objection.
Just a thought.
Testifying.
Sustained. Questions, Mr. Ross.
My apologies, Your Honor. I was just trying to be funny. On your performance review, Lena Lunders wrote, "Good work ethic, lacks skills." Do you think that's a fair assessment?
Fair? I don't know.
All your coworkers were being promoted, and your boss called you mediocre. Are you mediocre?
No,
Then why weren't you promoted?
I don't know.
Do you think you deserve better?
Doesn't everyone?
Why haven't you tried?
I have tried.
Why haven't you improved?
I didn't say I haven't improved.
Your performance review did. 5 years without promotion did. Everyone was moving past you. You weren't going anywhere, and you lashed out at your boss by making her a fool.
No.
Objection.
Everyone was moving past you.
So what?
People
Objection.
making good on their potential. People who could cut it.
I can't cut
Your
it.
Honor.
Can
Sustain.
cut it.
I can't cut it.
Do you need a minute?
Settlement's back on the table.
What?
Settle. Same deal as before. Win-win.
No, I'm good.
Excuse me?
I've seen the moony looks, Ross. You like her. Now you're offering me a settlement because you don't want to hurt her feelings. But I'd rather see if you'll break her. Giddy up, cowboy.
Counselor, would you like to proceed?
No, Your Honor.
Are you sure?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Well, normally we'd move on to closing statements. But it's been a long week, and we all know what's going to happen. The court rules in favor of the defendant. Court adjourned. Mr. Ross. Naive and soft. Not qualities we are looking for at Pearson Harmon.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you leaving the swords at home. What started off as a true merger never needed to be anything different.
Listen, Daniel, I know Harvey, and he's just angling to merge your businesses so he can double his billable hours.
Quiet, Scott. I need to hear what he has to say.
I'm here to get what my client wants. And what he wants is a merger. Isn't that right, Jones?
That's right.
Now, Daniel, your law firm overreached in a situation where it didn't need to. Now, it's not entirely Scotty's fault. We lawyers all have an instinct to win, but we may not understand what that entirely means.
We know what it means.
Maybe you do and maybe you don't. What I would like to see is that these two men return back to the original deal they had so their companies can grow together, instead of one having a hostile reputation and the other one a shell of what it once was. That doesn't sound like a win to me.
Harvey, you're right. I'm sorry, Jones. Let's go back to the deal we had. Yeah, we can run it together.
Let's go. We'll get you a drink.
It's on me.
Still friends?
I'm getting married, Harvey. His name is Steve, and he asked me a month ago. When I get back to London, I'm going to say yes.
What do you want me to say?
Nothing.
I'm sorry I won.
No, Harvey. I'd hate it if you were sorry about that.